A near-death experience at age 16, providing a new perspective in this North Dakota man's life. Ben Hilden's life-changing car accident left him with a 5% chance of survival. He's joining us now with more on his story and what kind of endeavors he's participating in now. So, Ben, exactly how did that day all transpire?
Well, I was actually going into back therapy in my hometown of Park River, which is in North Dakota. I grew up on a dairy farm, so I was going into town, and I'd always take this back gravel road that nobody else takes usually. And it was Good Friday, so there was no school. And I've been down that road probably hundreds of times. I had never lost control, and it was still in April, so there was ice. I shouldn't have driven down that road, but I did, and I'd always go too fast. And on that day, I lost control on the ice. I then hit an approach and flipped my car into a field. I wasn't wearing my seatbelt, and that was kind of when my entire life changed, I guess you would say, where when my face made impact. Um, it was like I had all these dreams, these plans in my life. Me and my friends from the age of 4, we loved basketball. We were a good team growing up, and we had all these aspirations to win a state championship in North Dakota. For me personally, I wanted to play college basketball. And but when my face made impact, it was like I knew internally that everything was now different. Um, my life was completely changed. All those dreams in my own mind kind of shattered because I knew I was in trouble, and I knew where I was. I knew I was in this field and going down that road that, like I said, nobody takes. I mean, it's a road that is only used when we bring cattle to pasture or during harvest or during planting. And it's Good Friday, so there's not a lot going on, and I know that no one's gonna find me. And so I was laying there, and it was like a bomb had exploded inside me. That's what it felt like. My face was shattered. Like, I knew my face was completely broke after the impact. And so what was the biggest thing inside me was that I wanted to see my parents one last time before I died, because I knew I was going to die. I'd never thought about death until that moment. What was going to happen when I stopped breathing. And I grew up in a home where I was taught about Jesus Christ, how he is the centerpiece of life.
Is there a resounding message that you've taken from this that you've shared with people as you've talked about your book and also spoke with other people as well too?
There's so many things in people's lives. There's so many trials and hardships that everybody goes through, and I only thing I can say is to put, like your faith, and to find the kingdom of God first, because that sums up everything. If you do that and you pursue that each day and not give up, don't give in to what your mind says. Your mind says to give up. Your mind says you can't do it, but you can. You truly can. And to not lean on yourself, but to lean on the one who created you. And for me, that literally solves all of my problems every single time. It takes away my anxiety, my stress in life. And for me, that's the greatest thing that I can tell people is to not rely on themselves, because we just we can't do it by ourselves, but just to not give up and to keep going, because if you keep going and rely on Christ, on God, things will get better. They truly will.
Well, Ben, thank you for sharing your story and telling us a little bit about this, and also glad to see, of course, that all of this has happened and that you have been okay for these past few years. Thanks again for your
Absolutely.
time.
Absolutely. Thanks, Sam.
You bet. We'll be right back after this.